Okay. Hello, everybody. How are we doing? Welcome. I am just getting my stuff together still. 10 a.m. was a little bit of a hustle doing the breakfast and then getting that all taken care of, and the kids are good now. So anyway, I'm just kind of getting my notes together for our topic today, which I'm really excited about, which is working out during pregnancy, and we'll talk about that a little bit. And then after that topic, I will give you just a little bit of an update, a life update, and how this pregnancy is progressing. We are 30 weeks now, and I'm feeling fantastic. Feel free, if you have any questions or you want to add anything, please contribute to the live chat. Let me know you're here. And as always, I love making this a conversation. So it's just more fun that way. That's why we do it live. All right, so I'm just gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna jump right into the topic of working out when pregnant. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my experience with exercise and pregnancies. And please feel free to add questions. So awesome. And then as I'll take little breaks to catch up on questions and stuff. So please add them as you think of them, or, remarks or whatever. Okay. So the thing for me, my first pregnancy, I wasn't really into working out. I've had 6 pregnancies so far. Okay. The first one, I wasn't really into working out, but I was encouraged by my healthcare provider to work out. So I did something called Body Flow at the time, which was, good morning, which was a combination of Pilates, yoga, and Tai Chi. And at the time, I didn't know that yoga was questionable for Catholics. You can watch my yoga video if you want more on that. But so that's what I did with the first pregnancy, but it was very low impact, and maybe I did it once a week. And so that was pregnancy 1. Now with pregnancy 2, I didn't hardly do anything. It was completely sedentary, and it wasn't until the end, good morning, Jane. It wasn't until the end of the second pregnancy that I actually started doing some movement, and that was only because my baby was breech and I was trying to flip the baby, and there are some activities, physical activities that you can do to help that. So there was that. Third pregnancy, I was extremely active and I was just feeling strong. Well, I miscarried twice, so there were 2 miscarriages in there, and then so the 6th pregnancy, right? I'm all confused now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. Okay. 5th pregnancy. So I was very active, and that labor and delivery was so easy. And I don't know if it was because of the physical activity during the pregnancy, but I have a feeling that it was, because my body just felt prepared for the marathon that is labor and birth. So that was Sebastian. And then this pregnancy, I've also been very active. So I've kind of done it both ways. I've done very sedentary and then I've done very active. And I just wanted to come on here to talk about fitness during pregnancy. So there's a lot of differing opinions about what you should and shouldn't do when you are pregnant. And so just to know, this is not advice. This is just sharing what I've done, what's worked for me, yada, yada, yada. Okay. So one thing I learned, and this was when I had a breech baby with the second pregnancy, is that you want to position your body to be able to open and drop your baby properly. And there are actually things you can do to encourage your body to be balanced, open, and for the baby to go in a great position. One of the things is to sit correctly, and I'm doing a terrible job of that right now. So right now I'm kind of leaning back a little bit, but ideally, you would hammock your stomach and have the baby forward. And so assuming that posture, having that strong back is actually gonna really help you. Now that's not a workout, but that's just something to keep in mind as you're going about your workouts and as you're going about your day. So the other thing that all mamas should do, unless you're on bed rest or something, hi Mara, is walk as much as you can, and ideally without a stroller and things like that. I know that's not possible for a lot of you. That wasn't possible for me. Do what you can do. But walking daily just gets that baby, it gets the gravity going in the right way. So walking is fantastic. And Mara, if you have anything to add to this, please do. This is my fitness friend, so please add to anything I'm saying. Also, additionally, something that I've found really helpful is just engaging that core and pelvic floor in just about any exercise that you do. So this has been so vital in this third trimester because it's heavier, the baby's bigger. And what I mean by that is when you're doing an exercise, whether it's a push-up or a lunge or whatever, you're just really mindful of when you breathe in, you're kind of like, I think of it as zipping it up and tightening it up, you know, and when you breathe out, it's the opening. So that's been very important to me when I'm doing these workouts in the third trimester. Even if it's just a bicep curl, we're curling with that engaged core. Otherwise, it's like you could injure yourself. There's more potential for injury. Lifting heavy. So there's, controversy on whether or not you should lift over a certain amount of weight during pregnancy. I found that so long as I can maintain that core integrity that I'm talking about, I feel comfortable lifting, I guess more than, I don't remember what the number is, like 10, 15 pounds, but whatever. Hi, Carolyn. Oh, look at you watching from England. That is so cool. What time is it for you right now? So that's that. I'm going to grab my notes because I do have a few more ideas. So I talked about balancing the body, right? And then working with gravity and then working with movements. So walking, lunges are fantastic for the third trimester. This goes for all of pregnancy, but particularly third trimester, lunges and squats. And when you're doing that, engaging those back and glute muscles just to strengthen, because you're getting pulled so much here, it's really helpful to strengthen back there, and that really helps with the balance. Ooh, hip openers. When you're feeling it in the hips, like I am feeling it right now. I can't really demonstrate very well, but if you get your leg over your knee and then you pull, I'm gonna have to do a video where I demonstrate things, but that is super helpful for opening up that hip, which can be really painful sometimes. Okay, what else? Yeah, that's about it. Are there any questions? Oh, let's see. Yeah. Are there any questions about fitness before I get into just life updates and stuff like that? Let me know. I'll get back to you. Everything you do, having the pelvic floor in mind, squats and variations are great. You just said that. Anything with a bridge type movement. Yes. Okay. Yes. That was the one I forgot. Okay. So when you're on all fours, and there's a whole bunch of exercises you can do. Bird dogs, which is like opposite arm, opposite leg, and keeping it tight. There's, the cat cow, and what else? There's all sorts of stuff. I've actually been doing planks, and there is mixed feelings about planks during pregnancy. I've been doing them, on an incline. And it's actually been feeling very good. And if it stopped feeling good, I would stop. And that's really the main idea. And I think in pregnancy especially, and always, listening to your body, that just if it feels bad in a bad way, don't do it. And I think for me, I have a lot easier time telling myself no when I am pregnant. So that's awesome. As long as you don't cone or dome, like when your stomach is coning, right, with the diastasis recti. So that's, I don't know if that is, oh, Rhiannon, hi. Rhiannon just had her baby. Congratulations. And she was 10 weeks ahead of me, so it feels like it is getting close. You're absolutely right. Oh my goodness. So yes, coning and doming is when, I don't know how to explain it exactly, but it's when your stomach kind of goes out. If you're checking for diastasis recti, which is the split, and the abdominals, and you do a crunch, you can see it like that, and you don't want any of that going on when you're planking or anything like that. So when you can't keep your core engaged, thank you, Mara. So anyone, direct questions to Mara because she is the expert here. Let's see. Okay, so let's move on to life updates. I feel fantastic, except for my hips. That's my only complaint. That is my only complaint about this time, is I need to be doing more of these hip openers and walking and all these things that I'm talking about. My hips don't feel good. Other than that, I feel fantastic. I have high energy. Life is good. Baby girl's doing great. We are gaining weight, which is awesome. Every appointment I get nervous that I've lost weight, but we are gaining steadily, which is good. And there really isn't too much to report because it's business as usual. I'm looking forward to meeting this little girl, and there's just not much to it. So, what else? My husband and I have almost decided on a name. We found 3 names that we like and agree on, which is huge. Basically, in all of our pregnancies, as soon as we agree on a name, we just underline it because we rarely agree on names. So it's getting harder and harder as the babies are, as we have more pregnancies, it's harder and harder to come up with a name that we agree on because we've used up a lot of them. Now, I know this is our first girl, but our first name we agreed on was Olivia for a girl, and we ended up having an Oliver, and the other name we agreed on was Charlotte, and we had a Charlie. So we basically turned all the names we agreed on into boy names. So we will see. We'll see. And we want to do a saint's name for sure, and so that's I don't want to say limiting, but you just have you have to keep that in mind. Have you had home births or hospitals in the past, and what do you hope for this time? Have you had home births or hospital births in the past? In the past, I've had a hospital birth, number 1. Number 2 was in a birth center, and number 3 was at home. So I've done it all. And this time, our hope is to go to the birth center. And the reason I'm not doing a home birth this time isn't because I didn't like it. I loved our home birth. But I like the idea of going to a destination to have our baby. It just seems, I don't know, there's something about that was fun. Also, Oliver's birth, I literally walked into the birth center crowning. And so I didn't really get that birth center experience because I walked in and I said, catch! And so I never even labored at the birth center. And I just want the birth center experience. It's silly, but I do. They have a really nice tub and amenities, and it's right in our medical centers. So in the event of a transfer, it's just a minute away from a hospital, versus our house is more like 20 minutes away from a hospital. So all of these were considerations that I made, and we hope for the birth center birth. And yeah. So any other questions? I think that's about it for now. I can't think of anything. But let me know how you're doing, and we will see you guys next week. Thank you for the best wishes, and yes, congratulations again to Rhiannon. Go check out her channel if you haven't already. It's My Little Domestic Church. You asked a question about symptoms. Oh, let's see, let me scroll back and figure it out. Embarrassing symptoms. That's so funny. Well, I don't embarrass very easily, so I guess you'd have to qualify that a little bit. Just normal pregnancy stuff. I can't think of anything, honestly. So yeah, I just feel normal. I just feel very large. So I'm hormonal, and you know, I get cranky, or that's kind of embarrassing sometimes. So, okay, well, God bless you guys. Take care. Bye.